The Warriors take on the Knicks, 7:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Golden State's minus 4.5, totals to 11. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at brockpage.com. We're hitting at 63% our last 25 college basketball tier package picks on brockpage.com. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here this evening. If you're still on the fence about getting a package on brockpage.com, just keep in mind that we currently have over 885 members who are signed up and active on that safe and secure website. Now, the Warriors won 7 out of their last 10 ball games, 22-5 overall for the season. Golden State leads the NBA in fewest points allowed per contest. They're also number 1 in the NBA in defensive field goal percentage. Now, scoring-wise, Steph Curry's averaging 27 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for Steph. He's also drilling over 41% of his three-pointers. And speaking of three balls, Andrew Wiggins is making nearly 41% of his long balls himself. 18 points a night for Wiggins. Golden State is in the top 3 in scoring, top 3 in offensive rebounding. They're taking on a Knicks team who lost 6 out of their last 7, and they're winning just 35% of their home games. Now, even worse, the Knicks have failed to cover the point spread in 10 out of 14 contests at Madison Square Garden. New York scoring just 105 points a night in the Big Apple. The Knicks have also struggled to rebound the basketball. They're in the bottom 10 in both offensive and defensive rebounding in front of their home fans. When it comes to the injury report, Barrett, Toppin, and Grimes are out. Burks is questionable. Meanwhile, for Golden State, Andre Iguodala is questionable for them. When it comes to the total on this one, New York's last 2 straight fell under the number. 15-12 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, Golden State's 9-2 to the under on the road, 74% to the under for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward Golden State minus 4.5, under 211. Next matchup, Raptors Nets, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Brooklyn's minus 8, totals 217. But despite being favored in this one, the Nets have really done a lackluster job covering the number here recently. They failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8 ball games. Even worse than that, the Nets have successfully covered the point spread in just 3 out of 13 contests at the Barclays Center. The Nets are making just 32% of their three-pointers in Brooklyn. Meanwhile, defensively, the Nets, it's the Brooklyn Nets. Spit it out. The Nets are in the bottom 3 in defensive rebounding at home. They're taking on a Toronto team who won 4 out of their last 5. They also went 4-1 against the number during that stretch. Toronto's got themselves a winning record on the road, and they've done a real nice job defensively. The Raptors allowed just 104 points per contest. Toronto's also in the top 10 in defensive rebounding. When it comes to the scoring, OG Anunoby scoring over 20 points a night. 5 rebounds, couple assists for OG. Meanwhile, Freddie VanVleet's drilling nearly 40% of his three-pointers. 19 points a night for Fred. The Raptors are in the top 10 in second quarter scoring on the road. Injury-wise, Achua is questionable. Banton is out. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, Paul Millsap is still in quarantine with the deadly plague. Prayers up to him. Hopefully he doesn't die. Now, total-wise, 6 out of Brooklyn's last 8 contests fell under the posted number. Brooklyn's also 69% to the under at the Barclays Center. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they saw 5 out of their last 7 fall under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Toronto plus 8, under 217. Next and final matchup, Suns, Blazers, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 2, totals 219.5. The Suns got the W in 8 out of their last 10 ball games, 9-3 straight up on the road for the entire year. The Suns are in the top 10 in scoring, top 3 in offensive field goal percentage. Chris Paul is scoring over 14 points a game, 10 assists, couple of steals for CP3. Meanwhile, Mikal Bridges is drilling 42% of his three-pointers, dozen points a game for the forward. Defensively, the Suns are in the top 5 in defensive field goal percentage. They're allowing only 104 points per contest. They're taking on a Blazers team who lost their last 5 straight, 1-8 straight up in their last 9. The Blazers have also been pretty bad against the point spread here this season. They successfully covered the number in just 10 out of 27 contests. Portland's in the bottom 3 in the NBA in defensive field goal percentage. They're also dead last in the association in guarding the 3-ball. Now, injury-wise, Zeller and McCollum are both still out. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, Booker is still out for them. Ayton and Smith are questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, Phoenix saw games with Detroit, New York, and Cleveland recently get over the posted number. They also went 7-3 to the over in their last 10 meetings with Portland. Meanwhile, the Blazers saw 5 out of their last 9 get over the line themselves, throwing out the Clipper game. I'm going to lean toward Phoenix -2 over 219.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are hitting at 63% our last 25 college basketball tier package picks. I like Golden State -4.5 under 211. Toronto +8 under 217. I also like Phoenix -2 over 219.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up, and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you are going to get access to those picks you pay for all the way through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. We also have a membership called the board member tier. And if you want to access every single pick that I give out on that Patreon site, well, you're going to want to sign up for that board member tier package. Board members get access to every single pick that I give out all the way through the end of December. It's by far your best value on that site. And just overall, it's just the best package. You get the most variety, you get the best value. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Real quick here, guys, a lot of folks have been asking about NHL. The problem with producing NHL videos is they're just not performing well enough. We're not getting enough views. Those videos take the most time for me to produce. So if we can get those numbers up, maybe I'll start producing them again. But as far as me making NHL videos, they're not popular enough. Not enough of you guys are watching them, and they take a long time. And unfortunately, this isn't a charity. I got to do things that make sense business-wise, and producing NHL videos that get only 600 views, and I'm taking 4 hours to make them, it's certainly not in the best interest of the organic growth of my channel as a whole. So I just figured I'd be transparent. A lot of folks like to use that word, transparent. Figured I'd be transparent with you guys and just let you know what the deal is with NHL. But anyway, guys, happy, Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.